Our political leaders must set an inspiring example. You cannot ask citizens to tighten their belt whilst you loosen your belt. Children don't do what parents tell them. Children do what they see parents do. Now, let me say that again. Children don't do what parents tell them. Children do what they see parents do. So you can't tell the people to tighten their belt because the conditions are tough and you loosen your belt. If I were the president of this country, in the midst of these economic challenges and hardship, I will not charter aircraft and fly in the name of a presidential jet. When the people are complaining it costs $14,000 an hour, I will not fly that. Because if the economy is that tough, I should set the example. I will not charter aircraft and fly at $14,000 an hour. If I were the president in the midst of this economic hardship, I will cut down the cost. If I were the president, I will then ask all my ministers to fly economy. Nobody flies business class because the days are tough. That you either fly economy or you step down. If I were the president, I would demand that as I travel, my entourage will not go with 20 vehicles or 30 vehicles. We will cut down the cost. If I cut the cost, then UTAC, our University Teachers Association, will see the examples we are setting and they will not demand better conditions of service. So they will go back to the lecture halls. Our medical doctors will not demand conditions of service, improved conditions of service because they don't have good facilities. They will do the best they can with the little. You know why? Because they have seen the leaders set the example of cutting the cost. If the leaders set the example and they cut the cost, our people will not go on the street and demonstrate that they want more pay. You know why? Because the leaders have cut their cost. They have reduced their expenditure. And when the leaders set that sacrificial example, the people will also sacrifice. When they see the leaders set that example, then GPRTU will not increase transport fares because the days are tough. So when you set the example and say tighten your belt, they will also try to tighten their belt because they see the leaders tighten their belt. So they will not go on the street and ask for cola. They wouldn't ask for cost of living allowance. If indeed the country is broke, then why do you fly and charter jets at the cost of $14,000 an hour? If you can fly at the cost of $14,000 an hour, then UTAC is asking you, give them the money for research. So if they say they are not going to the classroom, they are justified. But if indeed we are broke, demonstrate that we are broke. And the people will sacrifice also. So we are talking about leadership by example. We are talking about inspiring leadership. Are you hearing me? Because if we are broke and we see that they are sacrificing, perhaps this e-levy, the people may consider it. But when they don't see you sacrifice, and then you ask them to sacrifice, it wouldn't happen. So what do we have to do? We need an exemplary leadership. Because children don't do what parents say. They do what parents do.